All right, here we go with another speed shave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so. Not gonna worry about getting my face prior wet because the brush is gonna do that. We don't need too much lather. Onto the razor. Yesterday's first attempt at this was 2 minutes and 49 seconds. I am being slow and careful around my ears and sideburns, as you should be. Not going to rinse the razor because that might be optional, right? Some people don't even do that. Back to the brush. Just kind of shaving off of this frothy slurry. Back to the razor, cross grain now. Might even be faster with a blade that is not as old as this Nacet. Again, with this one, I'm not trying to cut all the hairs. I'll fine tune that on the third pass. Onto the brush. I let the soap dry between days here, and so that's why the load is not very much, but it's enough to be slick because the razor is moving nicely. I'm not going to put on the splash or the cologne in the timed period because if you're late for work, which is the theme here, that's something that's optional, right? It's better to have a job than to smell good at no job. But we do need to include a face wash, face rinse afterwards. There we go. And then a brush cleaning. Got to do that. I'm going to leave the razor with a little bit of soap on it. But we don't want to leave a natural hair brush with soap in it during the course of the workday. Wait till it runs clear. Come on, come on, come on. Small brush might be faster. Okay, there we go. Time 43. 2 minutes 43 seconds. Yesterday was my first time trying it. It was 2 minutes 49 seconds. So how about that? How about that? Just curious. This is definitely not the way I'm going to shave most of the time, but it is just like the slurry lather method has gotten me some pretty fast shaves, and this month with that method being used, so excuse me, I have learned that no shaving is worse than a short slurry lather shave of about 10 minutes or so, 9 minutes. I'd rather do that than not shave at all, and so that's been great to realize. And so the yesterday and today, I said, well, what if we did try to hurry? Because previously we didn't. We were trying to just enjoy the shave. Well, sometimes you don't have time to enjoy the shave, right? Sometimes you got to get it done and get out. And so now that the timing's done, for 2 minutes and 43 seconds was today's, now I can do things like the splash here. And you could even argue that, see, you could take your splash with you in the car if you're driving to work. And so you can definitely put that as a part of your routine. The cologne, of course, as well. I mean, shoot, if you're taking a train or a bus to work, you could, apply those probably at some point during your journey, right, to get to work. Oh man, yes, I love the smoky smell of that cologne. I think I mention it every time, right? I did not have very much lather, so it looks like in terms of loading from a dry puck here, the 6 or 7 swirls that you saw is kind of minimum. Also, as you can see, the ring of death here gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the whiteness there. And so that means it's less loading effectiveness because some of the brush is moving over non-soap. And so that's going to gradually increase the need to load more as well. So there we go. Now I can talk about the goods, right? Because we're not in the timed portion anymore. I did not rinse my razor any during the shave, which I did twice the first time I did it. And so I was kind of surprised that my time was still in the 2 minutes and 40s. Sure, I was able to shave 6 seconds off of it. So here's the timeless. We used the open comb version of the 68 base plate for the timeless stainless steel razor. The blade here, let me give it a little bit of a rinse, is the ever enduring Nacet blade, and 521 uses, 520, that's something around where we are right now. You can look at the title of the video and or the description of the video for the exact number, because that will be correct. The brush was used with B35 from Zenith, and this particular one is a color and engraving for the our wet shaving community that we all got together and paid for and had done. But it's the B35 Zenith in case you are interested in a large bore brush that is scrubby, has backbone but soft tips. People say it's a lather eater brush that you would want to turn to if you've got a lot of soap and you just want to use it up. But it's got backbone, and so it's able to do that, but it just depends on your load times. And so if it really depends on your load times and not the brush, then any brush can be a lather eater. So I kind of think that nickname is a little erroneous. I think it's faulty. Any brush can be a lather eater. This one's easier to do it if you're an overloader, you know. So I guess that's where the issue lies. And there we go. I think that's all. I showed you the razor, the blade, the brush, the soap is Chisel Face Midnight Stag, and this is Not Long for This World. This is the OG version, tallow formula that they've had for a long time. And there we go. That's it for today's shave. Here's the little blade card, but I'm pretty sure my dots aren't quite in sync. But like I said, the description of YouTube and on Reddit and that kind of thing will be accurate. So that's a fast shave. Will I do another one? I don't know, because I don't really think there's much to improve upon without changing to maybe a different brush. You know, or later on after Austere August, I could use a soap that was more easier to pick up because it included the entire surface of the tub instead of just the edges like this one. All right, there we go. Midnight Stag Challenge, playing around in Austere August. I am Sugar Daddy Shaves. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.